When Joker was announced for Smash Ultimate, I was so surprised and excited that I metaphorically peed my pants and for some reason got evicted from my condo. And the reason I was so excited is because Personas 4 and 5 are literally my two favorite games of all time. So it was pretty much a given that I'd found myself a new main, regardless of whether or not he played like doo-doo, or ended up being as overpowered as Meta Knight was in Brawl. Cause personally, I only like playing as characters from games I'm a genuine fan of, rather than who I think I'm most likely to win with. After all, I don't take Smash seriously enough to care too much about winning. Much like Cyndi Lauper's depiction of girls, I just want to have fun. And my favorite way to do that with Smash Bros is to use characters that reflect my taste in games. But just because myself and many other people think that way, doesn't mean that Smash players who use characters from games they're not familiar with are posers. How are they not posers, you ask? Well, pour a tasty beverage, make yourself comfortable, tell your dad what you were doing in his computer room at 4 in the morning or I will. Press the subscribe button if you haven't already, and allow me, the world's largest man Cameron, to tell you why it's okay to play as Joker in Smash Ultimate even if you've never heard of Persona 5. When I first started working on this video, I was gonna try to present an argument for both sides, but I couldn't think of any reasons to shun non-Persona fans from using Joker without feeling like a complete wiener for even saying it. According to this image that's being shared around the internet, even more than my leaked independent art film from a long time ago that you shouldn't even bother looking up, you're not allowed to pick Joker in Smash Ultimate unless you've not only played Persona 5 but beaten it as well. So if you fall into the crowd of people who pick Persona 5 up out of curiosity after Joker's Smash reveal, just remember that this image says you're not allowed to play the DLC that you paid for until after you've completely finished Persona 5. But if that's your argument, then why stop there? Why not shun players from using Joker who haven't maxed out all their confidants while we're at it? Why not shun people who've never beaten Personas 3 and 4 if they dare use music from those games in the Memento stage? And what if somebody didn't get the absolute best ending in Persona 5? The game's considerably shorter with the bad endings, so should we encourage them wrapping things up sooner just so they could play the Smash DLC? I mean, after all, they already friggin' paid for it. But it's not like anybody's passionate about Duck Hunt, and I highly doubt that most people who main Mr. Game & Watch have ever actually played a Game & Watch before. Sometimes people just want to choose the character they think's the coolest, which is how choosing a character has always been in pretty much every fighting game ever made. And everybody refuses to accept Smash as a fighting game just because you have the option to use items and other things that leave things up to chance. All I have to say to you is this. And what about the fighters in Smash who were never actually playable in a game? I already talked about Rob and Duck Hunt earlier, but there's plenty of other fighters in Smash we've never got to play as before, with a few exceptions if you count Mario Kart. But speaking of Mario Kart, how does the protocol go for those games? Are people who've never beaten Super Mario Bros. 3 not allowed to use Tanuki Mario? Come to think of it, are you allowed to use Mario in Smash if you've never beaten Mario Sunshine? After all, he does use Flood. But as far as Mario Kart goes, I'd assume that since it's all from the Mario universe that gaming snobs would graciously allow you to choose whoever you want. But if that's the case, then what about the characters that were added via DLC from Zelda, F-Zero, and Animal Crossing? Come to think of it, what if somebody who's somehow never played a Mario game before decided to play Mario Kart? They have it in arcades now, so it's really not that unthinkable that this might have happened. If your grandma picked up an extra controller wanting to try Mario Kart out, would you really slap it out of her hand just because she's never played Mario before? Better yet, what if somebody who's never played video games wanted to play Smash Bros? Whether it be a little kid or an adult, is it really such a problem for somebody's first video game to be Smash Bros? If you honestly think that it is, then there's no way around it. You, sir or madam, are a snob. And if you do think it's okay for somebody's first game to be in the Smash Bros series, then you can't honestly tell me that it's a problem for somebody to play as Joker even if they've never heard of Persona 5. Which I'm sure Masahiro Sakurai and especially Atlus would agree with. Because I'm sure the main reason why Atlus wanted their character in Smash in the first place was to generate buzz and garner new fans to the Persona series. In fact, many new fans are already wanting to play Persona 5 just because Joker in Smash made them curious. But when douchey people try acting like they're badass for knowing more about a character than others, then it'll just make people think Persona's for snobs. And if you really love Persona, then don't you want more people playing the games? After all, sharing's caring, and if the series got more popular, then it'd only give future games bigger budgets, and maybe even get them made faster and more often. So don't shun people for trying to have fun with a video game and DLC that they paid for, because it just makes you and the rest of us in the Persona fanbase to look like a bunch of douches. But I'll tell you, two people who are definitely not douches are today's patrons of the day, Alejandro Thomas and Bea White. If you want to join these two legends, then consider supporting this channel on Patreon for loot boxes and Polaroids in the mail. And if you pick up one of our shirts or mugs that are guaranteed to land you a hot date, then you can make cameos in our video doing whatever you want by simply sending us pictures or videos of you rocking it like these badasses right here. What do you guys and gals think about people who use Joker who've never played Persona 5 though? Do you think they're a bunch of posers, or do you think people should just stop being snobs and enjoy video games? Either way, let me know what you think in the comments below, and as always, I'll pin whatever I find most entertaining or intriguing. Don't forget to subscribe and click the bell to see more videos like this. And if you want to help this channel grow, then simply liking and sharing goes a long way. My name's Cameron, and I'll see you next time.
So I want to say thank you to your loyalty, thank you for your support.